The most terrifying and mysterious place in the world is hidden in a corner of the Pacific Ocean just east of the Philippines, which people know as the Mariana Trench. But this place is actually a bottomless, mysterious abyss, where going down means getting lost in darkness. About 11,000 meters deep, where not even a ray of sunlight can reach. Even if you go down there, it will feel like countless monsters are trying to crush your body from all sides. Very few nations have dared to enter this abyss. But recently, one country has thrown all other calculations aside and jumped into the depths of this world. Yes, China. They are no longer just doing research. They are sending robots to this depth of the sea. They are planning to build a permanent base under the sea. They have even become desperate to claim the valuable minerals and resources in the ocean for themselves in advance. On the other hand, many Western countries, including the United States, have lost interest in ocean research. So the question arises, what is there in the depths of the Mariana Trench? Why is China so desperate to build a robot base in the depths of the sea? Let's find out today. Although there is bright light on the sea, the familiar world changes rapidly as you go down. The water level is full of light and life up to about 200 meters. But then the reign of darkness begins. The lower you go, the more the light fades and the water pressure increases terribly, as if an invisible hand is slowly squeezing you from all around. When you reach 1 kilometer below, the sunlight disappears completely. And from there begins a strange world, where animals light up their own bodies and search for prey. If you go further down, another new level begins, where some strange creatures, such as long-armed squid or bloated fish, survive in extreme pressure and darkness. About 4,000 meters below, the abyss region begins, where the sea floor is covered in silt and perpetual darkness. It seems it is a desolate desert, but hidden beneath this silt is billions of years of history. The layer formed by dead plankton, fish, or dust that slowly falls from above is called marine snow. This carbon-rich layer has created a huge secret treasure under the sea. But still, very few animals can survive here due to lack of food. However, occasionally a rare guest is called here. For example, if a whale dies and falls to the bottom of the sea, a whole new world suddenly develops around its body, which survives for years. And this is called whale fall. And even below this, about 6,000 meters, the reign of the trench begins. Reaching this depth means descending to a place where the pressure is 600 times higher than sea level. Challenger Deep, which is the deepest place in the Mariana Trench, about 11,000 meters down, where some strange, giant unicellular animals and creatures like white shrimp have been found. The most surprising thing is, only twice have humans reached the bottom of the Challenger Deep and returned. The first time was in 1960. Two brave men named Jacques Picard and Don Worlds reached here. And the second time was in 2012 when famous filmmaker James Cameron dived. Then an explorer named Victor Vescovo tried to reach this deep place by diving there several times. However, in 2020, China lowered 3 people to the terrible bottom of the Mariana Trench in a submarine named Fendos. And that created a new history. But the Chinese did not stop there. Instead, they are aggressively diving deeper and deeper, building small submersibles and autonomous robots, and before anyone knows it, they have built an entire empire under the sea. In 2024, China sent a robot the size of a shoebox, which scanned the seabed on its own and returned safely. This incident proves that where before there were huge and where expensive submarines had to be sent, now it is possible to conduct operations on the entire bottom of the sea with this small robot. And so now China is making numerous such automatic robots that are each skilled in a different task. And together they can cover the entire seabed at low cost and silently. Not only that, China is now planning a terrifyingly bold initiative, something that no other country has ever dared to think of. Because a priceless treasure is hidden under this dark and oppressive sea. Natural resources and the unspeakable secrets of science. Some places here seem to have been created in a completely different way. where a mysterious world has developed without sunlight. But among all the mysteries, the most mysterious is methane hydrate in the world. It looks like ice, but it burns when it is ignited. This is called fire ice. Scientists think it could be the fuel of the future. But here's the fear. If the gas is extracted from this frozen ice, if there is too much movement at the bottom, then the seafloor can collapse. Or it can rush out all at once. A huge amount of methane gas that can not only cover the sea, but also the atmosphere. There are also those small stone-like things that have billions of taka of metal hidden inside them, which are called polymetal nodules. These are what make up modern batteries, electric cars, and the future of technology. In the coming century, the demand for these substances will increase so much that the countries that are lagging behind will be thrown even further away, and so many countries and big companies are already looking into the depths of this sea, where the alternative energy of the future to petrol and oil is hidden under the darkness. Yes, this dark, deep sea of the world is now slowly turning into a fierce international competition arena. And in that game, China is now moving forward at a stormy speed. They are not just exploring, rather, they have started to control the priceless resources of the seabed by building permanent bases and installing cutting-edge technology. Here, just going down or accessing, it is not enough to find it. The real battle is who goes to what depth and how much skill and presence they are developing. The country that is now investing in science and technology will have the power of the entire deep sea in their hands in the future. And in this regard, many countries, including the United States, are falling behind. Their budgets are decreasing, interest is decreasing, and China has taken advantage of that opportunity. Now it can be said that they are at the top of the fight to sit on the invisible throne of the deep sea. But it does not end here. The entire communication system of the modern world has been built under the chest of this ocean. Millions of kilometers of submarine cables are spread across the bottom, through which the internet, bank transactions, and even military information exchange are carried out. Although these cables look strong from the outside, they are actually very fragile. This important cable can be cut if it gets caught in an anchor or a trawler's net. The global communication system can come to a standstill, and this is exactly where China has demonstrated a terrible talent in 2025. A robot called a cable repairer that can go thousands of meters down and find it.